sir. Thank you, sir.
Be the first one up here. My name's Sammy. Before I tell you what the chapel has done for me, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 48 years old, and I was an addict and an alcoholic. I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic for 32 years, lifetime. And I know John. To me, John is the chapel. John and Mary Lynn. That's the chapel for me. That's just me, the way I feel. But I've been in and out of jail for years. Sat down and counted them the other day. I think I spent like 7 years behind county jail. And John visited me. Gunner visited me years ago. And they kept coming back, and it really planted a seed in my life, because I could never imagine. I was listening to that song. I could only imagine. I could never imagine being sober and clean. Ever. I've always had a good job. I've always been paid well. And that's what kept me afloat. That just kept me from pushing that basket and living on Clarence, 10-4 Clarence. That's the bridge. That's a homeless address there. But that's what meant to me, the chapel means to me, and I'm in recovery. I'm going to have 3 years clean and sober in September. And recovery means, I wrote a couple things here. It's to obtain again, to recoup, to regain, to retrieve, to reclaim, to recapture, to retake, to rewind, to reoccupy, to rediscover, to resume, to regain health, to recover my life. And that's what the chapel has done for me. That's what Jesus has done for me. And ever since I've been, clean, sober, and been, I like to call John my spiritual leader. I do have a sponsor. There's a big difference there. But he's my sponsor. I love him. I love Pastor Hilton. Me and Pastor Hilton, we spend at least a day together every week. Before, it was a lot more than that. But it's just great. But ever since recovery, I've gone to school. I'm really, really close to getting my GED. All I need to do really is go sign up for my last test. I took an EKG course in San Diego State and passed it with a B+. And it's just really good to belong to a church. I could never imagine being part of a church. Really, you guys, I was never in church. I never believed in it. Never believed in anything. Never gave it a chance. But the chapel, to me, is John. John has helped me change my life. And now I was a very angry person. Now I'm a very happy person. God talks to me. I might be a weirdo or something, but God talks to me every moment of the day. Every moment. I walk the talk. I'm not too familiar with the Bible or with, but I just, it's like John said, it's not how high I jump, but it's how straight I walk. And I want to be an example right now. My biggest interest is my core family. My nephews, my nieces, my son, my brothers, my sister. By example. To be an example. Because they're the ones that knew me, that know me and my worst. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. And anybody. I just example. And I'd like to thank you, John. Thank you, everybody.